Yeah, I am a keen follower of football. I used to play many years ago. Injuries stopped me from playing there. No, I try to be a perfectionist. I think it's very difficult in this job to actually achieve perfection because there's always something else to move on to next. But I do try. My name's Robert McCullough. I'm the head groundsman at Wembley Stadium. My job involves looking after the pitch area. There's also some areas outside the stadium banks, all the trees that are on the complex, well, around the actual stadium bowl itself. I try and get out there as much as possible. Over the years, the job's become quite office orientated as well, but I do like to get out here and do a hands-on job, yeah. It is difficult because obviously you're working with a living plant and you have all the different seasons that we have. We have something like 35 to 45 games a year plus pop concerts, and over the years with Sky Television coming in, virtually every game we have here is filmed, so there's a pressure on you in that sort of way to make sure that it's looking its best at all times. I sit in the middle of the Royal Tunnel, so I get to see both ends of the pitch during a game. Yeah, I'm always looking for any divots coming up, any little things like that, you know, goalkeepers jumping on the crossbars and hoping they don't break and things like that. So yeah, I do look out for anything. Oh, it's brilliant. Especially like on cup final when they start singing Abide With Me, you know, sometimes it does bring a lump to your throat. The atmosphere is electric in it sometimes. Busiest time of the year starts from about May and goes on to maybe the end of July, when we have, leading up to the FA Cup, the playoffs weekend, which is sort of 3 or 4 games on the trot. And then we normally go into like pop concerts almost straight away. So that becomes very busy. Well, it's the most important event I think we have here every year. Personally, we tend to try and get everything we can think of done in that week leading up to it. Everything cut, everything tidied, everything cleaned. So I suppose we do a little bit extra for the FA Cup, but we do try and treat the pitch the same as we would for any game.
'Cause he gets up in the morning and he goes to work at 9 and he comes back home at 5:30, gets the same train every time. 'Cause his world is built on punctuality, it never fails. And he's all so good, and he's all so fine, and he's all so healthy in his body and his mind. He's a well-respected man about town, doing the best things so conservatively. And his mother goes to meetings while his father pulls a maid, and she stirs the tea with councillors while discussing foreign trade. And she passes looks as well as bills at every suave young man. And she's all so good, and he's all so fine, and he's all so healthy in his body and his
twice every day. Probably once Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday it'll be twice, and again Saturday morning on the day of the cup final. And then we'll put the goals up and mark out on the day of the cup final as well, providing the weather forecast good. If not, we'll do it on the Friday, but we prefer to do it on the Saturday. But you're working on it all year round for that sort of thing. From the cup final, I work everything from the cup final. 2 weeks before, we'll put a fertiliser application on, and then I work back from there, and then obviously in forward of it. But you also have to be careful. You don't want to put. You want the fertiliser to run out at the right time, because sort of after the end of May we go into pop concerts. If you've got fertiliser down, you're putting this cover down, it grows like mad underneath, creates a microclimate and causes disease and all sorts of things. So.
And he likes his own backyard, and he likes his bags the best, 'cause he's better than the rest, and his own sweat smells the best, and he hopes to grab his father's root when Batewood passes on, 'cause he's all so good, and he's all so fine, and he's all so healthy in his body and his mind. He's a well-respected man about town, doing the best thing so conservatively.
It is very demanding, especially through the summer when we have concerts and things like that. There's a lot of hours. Sometimes you're working 7 days a week. You know, not just your normal 7 hours a day. It's 8, 9, 10 hours a day sometimes. So yeah, it can be, but other times it's good.
'Cause he's all so good, and he's all so fine, and he's all so healthy in his body and his mind. He's a well-respected man about town, doing the best thing so conservatively.
I've been the head groundsman here for 5 years. I've worked here for 13 years. You know, the pitch means everything to me, sort of thing. You know, yeah, definitely proud of it. He will be going. Whether it's actually going to be sold off or given to charity or something along them lines, we're not 100% certain yet. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'd like to take, whether it's just like a square foot or whatever. Yeah, I'll definitely take something. Well, obviously, like I've been here, like I said before, for 13 years. I've seen a lot of things going on here, and there is a lot of history behind this place. So yeah, I'll feel sad when it goes, but you know, I'm a person that thinks things move on, new technology, and I just look forward to the new stadium being built.
I'll drink some wine from my heart and spine, but you take no time to fulfill your crime.